For this electro-pneumatic circuit, we're going to use a double acting cylinder with pressure sensor switches connected to our electrical diagram here at the bottom. So let's get our components together, our double acting cylinder and our pneumatics. And then we need two pressure switches. Now, if you look at, let's go to pneumatics and pressure controls, maybe. Pressure relief valves, sensors, there we are in our pressure switch. If you look at the diagram, there's in the top right of the square, there's a little symbol for an open connection, an open switch. This is a normally open switch, pressure switch. And then this other one is a normally closed sensor switch. So when the pressure is reached, it will open the connection. And if you look at the diagram closely in ours, they have the normally closed version. So put one on the right side and it's going to send a signal. This one's PS2, pressure switch 2. And then let's get a second one and put it in here and call it PS-1. And then we're going to change the orientation. So we're going to go up to edit and position, and we're going to rotate it or flip it across a vertical line. Let's do that. Okay. Now we have those two lines, and then we need our directional control valve. It's a 4-2, so it's 4 ports and 2 positions. So let's go to our pneumatics. Doesn't like the 4-2, but I know it's in there. So let's go to pneumatics and let's go to directional control valves. I have a 4 two-way valves. Looks like here's one that's close. It's not perfect, but it's close. So it has the crisscross on the right box, right position, and a straight through on the left. And it's a 4-2 valve, but it has a spring return, and we don't want the spring return. So let's first connect what we do have. I'm gonna make that double connection. Now that one's black. It's not black, then it doesn't have both lines. I need my source, pressure source. So just bring it in to connect it, drag it down. Then I need my exhaust. Okay, I have the solenoid 1. So let's get this solenoid 1 labeled, and then we'll change the box over so that we have 2. Actually, let's do this first. If we go into our directional control valve and we go to variable assignment, accessories. Oh, we're selecting on the solenoid because I did that previously. So I want to make sure it's not red. I want to just go to the click outside the box here, or outside the diagram. If I click on it, it limits what I'm editing. So when I click on the outside there, then I can go to technical specifications. I can double click on the spring and change it to this solenoid. Make sure I hit the green check marks. And then I should have 2 solenoids instead of 1. I need solenoid A on the left and B on the right. Let me get the electrical diagram going. So clear my search, and I'm going to go to my JIC standards, is what I'm using. And let's do our power source, 0 volts and 24 volts. And then I have a contact, a switch here. The on-off switch is a normally open toggle switch, matches the diagram here. And we'll call this the on-off. And then we need to rotate it. So we go to edit position, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees to match the diagram. I can connect the red and then drag it down if I want. But now I'm connected to the 24 volts. I have 2 pressure switches and 2 solenoids. So I want to go to output components. I can get a solenoid in for solenoid B. I call it solenoid B. And then I can get another solenoid here below it Call it solenoid A. And then I need a switch, a sensor switch. I have a proximity switch, but I want the pressure switches to go with my pressure sensors, and they're both normally open. So I bring my two normally open pressure switches in there. And let's make the connections. Okay, now I can connect solenoid B and solenoid A, and I can connect these pressure switches to the pressure transmitters here. So let's go into our solenoids. And again, I'm not sure which one is there, but I know that the left one, if I click on the left one, it will single it out. And I know I want that to be solenoid A. Now I labeled solenoid A from a different project, so I need to hover over there and see where it's located. See in the box that comes up, I can see the location. Well, I name this project exercise 2. So if I look here, I see exercise 2, and then I can click that for solenoid A on the left. And then I can click over here to the right one, and it's not connected, and I want solenoid B. Now I have solenoid A and solenoid B, solenoid A and B on all blue now. Then we'll go to this pressure sensor switch, and this is pressure sensor 1. So I need pressure sensor 1, double click on it. And this one, I want pressure switch 2. So pressure 1 goes with solenoid B, pressure switch 2 goes with solenoid A. And then my circuit should be connected, and I can test it. When I hit the on off, it should go back and forth and make the switch as it reaches the pressure.